Adamgolding.Ca.
And I almost forgot. Let's go through the platform this morning. I've been doing this at the door all day because we had to gather 150 signatures to be on the safe side to get on the ballot. And what does this say here? Voting reform, lockdown limits, end the news ban, federal job guarantee, your money, your choice, and your body, your choice. Well, that last one is familiar, but maybe not how it plays out in its modern manifestation. Voting reform is a big one. The Liberals lied. They lied to me. They got my vote long ago because I voted for voting reform and we didn't get it. We're headed into the federal election now with the same specter of strategic voting and the same first-past-the-post system that converges to a two-party system, which is exactly what we're witnessing before our very eyes. The only way to counter that inexorable march towards the U.S. model is to change the voting system, and only independents will do that because it's not in the interest of the major parties. Lockdown limits. Ontario had one of the longest in the world. Maybe there should have been a referenda at some point. Circuit breaker lockdowns only should be allowed in human rights. And the news ban. Can you believe you still can't share articles about the news, let's say articles about Chrystia Freeland's family on Facebook? Because she censored it. She ingested. There's many bills. We'll go through it on the next page. Federal job guarantee. If you're going to give people money anyway, you're using the money printer, you're devoted to fiat currency, you could tell them what to do with it in a positive sense. Because, when you pay someone a UBI just to keep them alive but don't give them any kind of employment, you're telling them that they're not worthless, but they are useless. And if you give someone a job, if the federal government is the employer of last resort, then nobody will be told that they're useless or worthless. They'll be told, well, you're worth keeping alive, and you have a way to contribute to society, so we might as well say that this is how you're contributing, and you can do these things. This hasn't been tried since FDR, but ironically enough, far left and far right are agreeing now and then on a UBI because they both don't understand AI, even though, well, I have a degree in it, Chrystia Freeland doesn't. Once you have that agreement that there's going to be a UBI, well, UBI is one step away from a federal job. You add some instructions or maybe just some guidance. Okay, and your money, your choice. We all know what happened to the truckers, but we know what happened to Chrystia Freeland after she did that to the truckers. Judge Mosley labeled her a criminal. Well, maybe not criminal, a human rights violator, let's say. It was against the charter. They have one appeal left. They're hoping to squeak their Carney guy in there before the Supreme Court finally knocks them down and says, yeah, you definitively violated the charter. Judge Mosley did the right thing. He said he was initially sympathetic in the other way, in the other direction, but actually looked at it from a strict charter rights perspective, ironically enough, as maybe Justin's father would have, and he came down on the other side and said that Chrystia Freeland broke the law. And that's related to what the truckers wanted, which was bodily autonomy, your body, your choice. Now, I also promised another page. This is something else we've been handing out. It's a little checklist here. This is just a head-to-head comparison to myself and Chrystia Freeland. So, let's see here. No Nazi relatives. Yes, I have no Nazi relatives. Chrystia Freeland? Well, no comment. Answers every email? Yes, I do. Wants bodily autonomy? Yes, for myself and for others, of course. Opposes the liberal-Tory duopoly. Well, we just went through that at great length, and we actually cares about voting reform. Ditto for that one. Wants the price of housing to go down. This is important because so many politicians say they're doing something about housing, but they don't want the house price to go down. They just want it to go up more slowly. I think we have to reverse course. After doubling the price of housing under Trudeau, no, it's a time to reverse course. Has a degree in AI, not in Russian literature. This is true. I don't have a degree in Russian literature. Didn't knowingly applaud a Nazi in Parliament. Very true. I mean, personally, I wasn't even in Parliament, but I also, I didn't know. Because, I don't have those connections. Opposes the eugenics of expanding legal suicide. Guys, this is really serious. Most of you don't know this. Government-assisted suicide, let's call it what it is 5% of death in Canada. Let me say that again. 5% of all Canadian deaths are government-assisted suicides. When Trudeau began, it was 0.3%. Okay? This is what I mean when I say liberal eugenics. No family member expropriated a Jewish newspaper. That's true. I've been through Ancestry all over the holidays. I can't find a single family member of mine who ever expropriated a Jewish newspaper, or any newspaper. Although one guy did decline being governor of New York, which was maybe a smart move. Never censored the internet. Bill C-11, Bill C-18, Bill C-10, Bill C-36. I opposed all of them. Didn't freeze protesters' accounts on Valentine's Day, or any other day for that matter. Illegal, unconstitutional, and a violation of the Canadian Charter of Human Rights and Freedoms as ruled by Justice Mosley in the Mosley ruling. Google it.